Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My track guide for the Toyota GR86 around Long Beach. One mistake and you're in the wall. Let's get into it. You want to be hugging the inside wall all the way down to turn 1. Just don't cross the pit lane exit or the line. That'll give quite a big slowdown. Turn 1 is also a great overtaking opportunity, but for qualifying I'm gonna be braking here just before the 300 marker here on the right. And we want to be using all of the brake and pretty much holding that until we turn into the corner, ending in a little bit of trail braking. And I turn in just before the 100 board. Then you want to get as close as you can to the curb, just don't take too much, as that will unsettle the car quite a lot. Once at the curb on the inside, you want to go full throttle again. And then you want to get as close as you can to the outside wall, and you want to stay there for turn 2. For turn 2, I'm braking when I'm crossing the yellow line, and I go to about 70% brake pressure, with easing off all the way to the inside curb. You want to get as close as you can to the wall here on the left, to open up a little bit more. Don't cut too much of the inside curb because it is raised, and it will unsettle the car quite a lot. Once at the inside curb, you should go full throttle, and of course on the exit you want to get as close as you can to the inside wall again. And then you want to be staying on the left side of the track. For turn 4 we only have to dab the brake a little bit, and I do it when I get to the markers here on the left of the wall. I dab to about 10% brake, quickly off it again, and of course you're off the throttle as well. And just before you get to the curb you'll go full throttle again. Don't hit the curb too hard, it will unsettle the car quite a lot. For turn 5 we're going over a little bit of a hill, so we have to be really careful in this one. I brake when I get to these discolorations here on the left, and I go to about 25% brake pressure, and I'm off the brake just before the curb. You want to cut all of the curb you can, keeping the left side tires on the main curb. Then you should avoid the slowdown on the inside. You want to keep a little bit of throttle going over the curb just to help stabilize the car. Once you're off the curb, you should go full throttle again. You want to carry as much speed as you can, or getting as early on you can on the throttle, because we are going down this long straight here. Going into turn 6 is a good overtaking opportunity. My braking marker for turn 6 is this 200 board here, going to about 90% brake pressure and easing that off all the way to the inside wall. You want to get as close as you can to the inside wall without hitting it, and once at the inside wall you want to go full throttle again. The car will bounce around quite a lot, it is a street circuit after all. Then you want to take the tightest line possible. There's no reason to run all the way out to the outside wall. Then you want to bring it back to the left for turn 8. I made a little mistake for turn 8, so I had to lift off the throttle, otherwise I would have hit the wall. But my braking marker is this 200 board just in front of us. Here I go to about 50% brake pressure, and I hold that pretty much to before I get to the curb. You want to cut all the red and white curb on the inside, and get as close as you dare to the inside wall. This will make the car bounce around quite a lot, so you have to be easy on the throttle, easing that in when you get to the wall. And you want to utilize as much room on the outside as needed, without hitting the wall of course. If you hit a wall here it will slow you down quite a lot, and it will invalidate any qualifying lap you run. You want to take the shortest line to the 300 board and being on the left, because the braking marker is the 300 board. And we want to be braking hard. I go to about 95% brake pressure and easing that off all the way to the inside curb. Here you want to be cutting all the curb again, keeping one set of wheels on the red and white curb. Doing that we should go clear of the 1.1 second slowdown there's on the inside. And you want to be stabilizing the car with half throttle, because we are going to be bouncing around quite a lot. And this is all about setting up for 10 and 11. Now you want to be in the middle of the track for turn 10. We want to use the brake a little bit for turn 10, and we do that when we go under the Firestone bridge here. Just around 25% will do. The aim is to follow the red and white curb on the inside around. When the curb ends you should be going full throttle again, but you don't want to get too far off the next red and white curb for turn 11, because we want to open up turn 11 a lot more. So you want to be over the red and white curb. There's no clear braking marker for turn 11. Just when the curb straightens, here I go to about 90% brake pressure, with quickly easing that off to the wall on the outside. We want to have the car turned as much as early as possible, so we can go full throttle as early as possible. And that is because even though it's not straight, this is the longest full throttle part of the track, and that can set you up for an overtake into turn 1, or you might be overtaken if you get a bad exit. And that's my lap around Long Beach for 132.5. If you want more track guides for the GR86, I have a playlist linked down below. Hopefully this one helped you. If it did, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well, and now for the uninterrupted hot laps.